But now the question will be, do we have the database of the entire landscape of our landed assets in Nigeria, and how can we strategically profit from the knowledge? Do we have a database? Do we have, you are just giving us a certain example. If the government decides to cite an industry or a project or something in a community,
Yes.
the benefit will spread.
It will spread.
But do we have a database of the entire landscape? What is the land size of Nigeria, for instance? Then do we have, what about the estates or the development or the project? So do we have that figure?
Yes, we do.
We do. Barrister,
Nigeria, the land mass of Nigeria is 927,000 square
meters,
square kilometers.
square kilometers.
Square kilometers.
Wow.
That is the land mass of Nigeria.
Wow.
It's on the
But
data.
Barrister, that's a gold mine.
So now, for us to have that data, a lot of people have done. In fact, if you should do more, you'll find out that they've done more research
Okay.
as to the real estate sector of Nigeria itself.
Okay.
They've linked it to agriculture.
Yes.
They've linked it to production.
Yes.
They've also linked it to how the real estate, the construction and the real estate industry have been able to add and contribute to the GDP of Nigeria.
Yes. Yes.
And that was where you were saying, we're talking about
The projected,
the projected
yes,
7%.
yes.
So that is to show you the depth of what this industry can do. Why investigate in an industry that does not have potentials? But people are investigating because they understand the value. If with the trajectory of this current administration, if there is a lot of development when it comes to public infrastructure,
Yes.
tourism should not be difficult to say.
To sell.
To sell.
No, now, Barrister.
Tourism should I'm telling you the truth. Okay, do you know how many people have been lost in diaspora? Do you know how many? There are a lot of Nigerians. The reason why a lot of people are scared of this industry is because of the insecurity in the
Country.
not apart from the country, the insecurity of the registration of our titles.
Oh.
The documentation.
Yes.
Because we still operate,
Yes.
most states
Yes.
still operate on the manual. We've not been able to, but that's why I want to give the governor of Lagos State has done tremendously.
As well. Yes.
So
yes.
a lot of states they are still holding on to the manual system, and that's why we have duplicity of documents. There are challenges, but like I said, these challenges can also be addressed. There can be enforcement regulatory agencies that can be set up to look into that aspect. While working, practicing in Oyo State, group of stakeholders have been emerging so as to see how they can regulate this issue of fraud.
Yeah.
This issue of bureaucracy in the system.
Yes.
There's so many other things that one needs to also address to help the industry to stand. Because like for example, you find some people complaining of going to go and they wanted to register their title, and then some of these public officers will be like, okay, make provisions for some funds and all those things can. They have already provisions existed, but more can still
be implemented.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Something else again that we need to probably, because you have already profiled the fact that Nigeria can become competitive globally. Now with global modernization, we have advanced construction techniques. But are these construction techies, you think they can be used here in Nigeria? You think we have the capacity to employ those, new knowledge about construction, building houses, do you think we have that?
There is nothing that cannot be achieved in this country. I so much believe in Nigeria. I believe so much in this country. Why? Is because when you look at the level of our intellectuality on a global scale, we
anywhere you send a Nigerian to,
when a Nigerian is in a place, you would know and feel that there is someone here. These technologies we are talking about, we can implement these things here. Let us not go for what is Innocent doing.
Innocent Motors, yes.
Innocent Motors. He's making us proud with what he's doing
Yes.
in Nigeria.
Because people have said we cannot,
We cannot
build.
do it. So that limits in mindsets that we cannot achieve something. It's a mindset thing. There is nothing that we can do so much in this country. It is just that limitation in our mindset, and it can be broken. So when there is provision, when we have the support of the government,
Yes.
because the government is more like our go-to. Let me use the word go-to.
Yes,
When it comes
yes,
to
yes.
enhancing development, national development. When we have, and that is why I appreciate states that focus more on public-private partnerships.
PPP.
Yes, because it creates room for these technologies, these innovations to come in through the private sector, to be of use for the public. So there are states that is what they do.
Yeah.
And let me also surprise you, the real estate sector can also be extended to the power sector. Yes,
Are we?
Yes.
Are we on the same table?
we are on the same table.
Power sector,
Power
with
sector.
regards to.
Power sector. For example, most of these solar panels,
Yes.
this renewable energy
Yes.
that we do,
Yes.
we install them on lands, don't we?
That is true. As a matter of fact, Morocco has the largest.
So the real estate sector is broad,
Wow.
and I can tell you that there are states in this country that have, in the north, they have enough land space to accommodate as many solar panels
As possible.
as possible
Yes.
to generate electricity.
Yes.
So we don't understand the potential of this sector, and it would be something worthy if the government can look into the sector and also try and help, pushing it out.
Okay, I like that. Now, so how can we make this conversation very intensive? Because he has said something now that we need to learn how the potentials of this sector can actually be escalated, that all of us can therefore lock into it. So now, who do we hold responsible? You have said support of government. So now we are back to square one. So governance and delivery of promises, political promises to Nigerians, we are not meeting up. That's what you're saying right here.
I will take it from the angle of we are the government. The people
I like that.
are the government.
We should stop pointing fingers.
Let us own up to our
Responsibility.
responsibilities and mistakes. We shouldn't put so much burden on people that are trying so hard to satisfy everybody, honestly. And that is one of the reasons why I decided to focus on how can I, from my own
Little corner. Yeah.
help the system, as by reaching out to people. There are some of my clients in Sweden, so just trying to rub minds with them to see how we can help to boost the sector. So now the people in power they're already saddled with a lot of responsibilities. So if we start owning up to our own responsibilities as individuals, you'll be surprised that there are a lot of people outside this country that have access to these things. They have access to investment funds, because in this sector requires funds. And also, I was saying something about the Land Use Act.
Yes.
If we don't have the state regulating the usage of the lands, there will be no room for agricultural business anymore. A lot of people will just start building, and everything works in sync.
Yes.
If you're building, how do you feed?
Even your builders. How do you feed your builders?
If you look at the population of people in Lagos, and look at the land space left, in the next trajectory of next 20 years, there might probably be no much space anymore in Lagos
To build houses.
And talk less of farming. And these are things.
And these are threats.
These are threats to national development, and we need to start identifying these threats one after the other. Okay, we have mapped out areas for residential.
Yes.
We have mapped out areas
For industries.
We've also mapped out areas for agricultural purpose. That is the essence of the statutes, the statutory laws. That's the Land Use Act.
Yes.
So no one can just wake up one morning and start building on
Farmlands.
And also we have the issue of some elites trying to be
Smarter.
judges in their own courts. Let me use that word. We can as well find ways to manage the situations. But for a start, it starts from us.
Okay.
What is our contribution to the
I love that starting from us. So let's take it to the grassroots.
Okay.
Now we have local government autonomy.
Exactly.
So, Barrister, are you saying to me from your own legal experience and expertise in this industry, do you think local government can begin to now review the Land Use Act in relation to their immediate communities? Is that what you're giving to us here?
100%.
Wow.
And like I would always say, there is always a reason for every decision made. What is the reason for giving them autonomy? To allow them to be closer to the people.
Yes, and get the development to the people.
Get the development to the people. So their function or their responsibility, Nigerians can hold somebody directly accountable for what they ought to do and they've not done. And I'm happy with the fact that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, they are also going to be probing into the usage of the funds.
Yes.
So when funds are being disbursed for public consumption, let me use it in that light, and the local government are not effective with it, then we should be able to hold someone and say, okay, why have you not done this? Why have you not done it? That is what I'm happy that this policy came up as at this
time, this period, yes.
So that people will understand that in the democratic system of government that we are running, it comes from the federal to the state and to the local government. So they are also relevant. They are also relevant when it comes to providing amenities, social amenities. They are also relevant when it comes to infrastructure.
Yes.
So they can't be waiting on the state governor, who will probably be engaged with so many other things, to come and start relating directly with the people. So there will be proper dissemination of power. So the local government have a fundamental role to play when it comes to. Every state has a master plan.
Okay. Yes. Let's concede. Let's consider. Yes.
There is a plan for the state. So, and the plan is always communicated to the executives in the state.
Yes.
Up to the grassroots level.
Yes.
So they know what the state is after. They know the agenda of the government. They know what is next.
The deliverables.
The deliverables that are coming up. So they can also take it up from there and do one or two things: sensitization, awareness, public speaking, interactions, and you will find out that when things like this are being implemented, there will be less noise, and there will be less. A lot of things will be settled. And let me tell you something: the agricultural sector, once the local government begins to take form, that is where I would expect them to tackle the most, because once there is food, 70% of the Nigerian problem is sorted. Once a common man,
the hungry man is a hungry man. Okay, all right. So you have heard it from the barrister. The hungry man is the angry man. If the local government can be part of this visibility of the real estate sector, is telling us that what is happening at Jigule, at Kokomaiko, or wherever, Wunoshuki, and all those things, we can actually find a way to solve the problems locally within us by going through. Now, okay, let's look at something that some people have asked.
Okay.
So, mortgage financing,
I like that,
has collapsed in Nigeria. Totally. You may want to give us some reasons why some are still there or they are not there. But Nigerians are saying that there is no mortgage, opportunity in this country. Why is that so, Barrister?
Okay. I would take it from the perspective of inflation. The cost of crude oil, the cost of petrol, let me break it down. The cost of petrol is around 800, 2,000.
1,000.
1,000 thereabouts.
1,000, as at this morning.
The difference.
Yes.
Now, it wasn't like that before, right? It used to be 165.
Yes.
The cost of materials of building houses. The issue is not even the crude oil. The issue is that Nigeria has not been able to shift from that monolithic structure.
You are depending on only one
Source of
income.
So the moment there is a diversion, there will be a balance across all sectors. It's difficult for a bank to invest in the real estate sector. No, it's true. And the reason is because the industry is not ascertainable because of the increase in construction materials. Recently, during some of my interactions with some of my clients, we are looking at how we can shift from the normal basic building materials to alternatives.
Yes.
In other countries, they use wood to construct houses.